1989, Lexus changed the entire world with the new LS 400 sedan. Today, now we're in the 21st century, the year 2018. And it's time for an all-new Lexus LS. This is a vehicle that invokes a state of power, luxury, and confidence. Presenting the Lexus LS 500 Hybrid. 2018 LS 500H. LED taillights to the spindle grille. The Lexus LS 500H is an all-new design. This is now in its 4th generation. This car is absolutely beautiful. If you look at this, you have these nice swooping lines, more definitive fenders on it. You also have some really nice details on the headlights here with a 3-beam trifecta design. You also have these beautiful running lights, as well as the Lexus emblem on the top. You also now have a 20-inch design rim, which is also completed with run-flat tires for a more smoother and wider and aggressive stance and also driving capability. Anyways, the rear end of this absolutely beautiful LS 500H also has more definitive taillights than the previous generation that also wrap around into the rear quarter panel. This is quite beautiful, and it's also functional. This right here, if you look here, this is actually to eliminate drag in the wind and also conserve gas mileage. It also has these beautiful chrome dressing accents. It also has LED taillights and also LED turn signal lights as well. In the trunk, okay, open it up inside here, you got plenty of space. It also has these nice chrome divots here for extra aesthetics. Down here you also have your first aid kit, which is complete with. So yeah, it has a nice big trunk, folks. Also the touch of a button right here, push down. And also has a safety catch, so you don't have to worry about hurting your hand in the trunk as it closes. Now this is an interesting aesthetic touch, but it's also quite practical. The center armrest on this, which is absolutely massive and feels better than a Lazy Boy, honestly. Now, there's 2 different buttons on either side, so you hit the button here and it opens up sideways, which might seem a little strange at first, okay, but it's easy to get to everything. You don't have to worry about this flapping up and all that. You also have a 12-volt power outlet for conveniences, and you also have dual USB ports along with a auxiliary channel. So not only this lifts up sideways like this, but also if you're a passenger, you can slide this like this, hit a button over here, and it lifts up for them as well. Your cup holders are actually hidden behind this flush mounted panel right here, which you can't even see unless it's opened up. Hit that, soft cushion eject, and you also have 2 cup holders along with another 12-volt power outlet. Now, some other cool features about the infotainment in this system, even under your setup screen, there's much more elaborate than it used to be. You have many more options for customization. Of course, you have all your standard stuff: vehicle, voice, phone, audio, and Bluetooth. Maintenance, drive customization, valet mode. This is really cool. What this does is it limits some of the different features this vehicle can have. Like, for example, okay, if you lock this thing down, all right, so now that's locked down, all right. So this vehicle, like for example, okay, if you're gonna take it someplace, so we're gonna go ahead and turn the car off here. Now in valet mode, start the car up, and they're not going to be able to access really much of anything, okay? Of course, you'll get the pretty Lexus pattern and everything that pops up. Now watch this though. See here, that's all you get. You can't get away from it. You can't even turn the stereo on. Also, you have the Lexus Inform Remote app, so you have push notifications of finding out exactly where they're located. Now for 2018, we are on our 2nd generation remote touchpad now. As you see here, it's actually much easier to use. You have quicker scrolling speed, and also with the map, for example, pinch and zoom to go in and out. If you look up here, it makes navigating quite a lot easier than it used to be. All right, so your radar cruise control on this vehicle is actually a bit more advanced than it was in previous generations. Now, of course, you have your lane keep assist, driver assist, steering assist. You see here, the lane turn assist. You can actually see the wheel moving, and it actually keeps you in a much straighter line than previously. See here, I have no hands. Now, of course, we do not condone you drive without your hands on the wheel, but as you can see here, it is tracing the lanes perfectly. It assists you pretty well. You have a lane keeping distance. It keeps you about 3 car lengths behind the car. And as you can see here, this car's all around us here. If you look around, and I'm not touching anything. This really is a pretty cool system. However, if you keep your hands off of the wheel too long, you'll get an alert. It'll tell you to take a rest until you place your hands back on the steering wheel. Now, what this does, this is really neat. It's a second 2-stage hybrid system. So, unlike previous hybrid models, what this does, it increases your horsepower, gives it a bit more of a boost, and uses a vapor recovery system to kind of get a little bit more of that bite when you hit the acceleration on it. Something else that's kind of cool too, these right here, Lexus even thought of that pedestrian in the unfortunate event that someone may walk in front of the car, and these are gas pressurized shock absorbers. The second a person hits against this, these are going to pop up, and it's going to dent the hood right here and right here, and it pops this up, therefore cushioning the pedestrian. Have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and walk around as much as I did exploring this beautiful new LS. Please feel free to comment below with any feedback or suggestions. And from all of us here at Lexus of Orlando and Lexus of Winter Park, have a great and safe weekend. I'll see you soon.